Hi, it's Kim from Expressions of the Universe with your weekly wisdom for December 27th through January 2nd. We're coming into a new year, and we have the final full moon of this decade. Get into that in a second. I'm pulling cards for the week, and I'm pulling cards for every sun sign, rising sign, and moon sign for the full cold moon in Cancer on December 29th or 30th, depending on where you are. This is going to be really short, sweet, and simple. I say the last full moon of the decade because to purists, the decade began in 2010 and it's ending in 2020. And 2021 begins the next decade. Some people consider that the full moon last year in 2019 with that eclipse was the final full moon of the decade, but that was only 9 years. So anyway, I wrote a blog about it. You can check it out. And all the details with the times for all of your time zones are also in the blog, and the different aspects that it'll make, where to look for this full moon. It will be at the feet of Gemini, hitting the fixed star Alhina, and I'll be talking more about fixed stars and the different asteroid goddesses in the coming year. So that'll bring some more flavor to our charts and our stars. But this star is on the left foot of one of the twins in Gemini, and it's almost as if it's Achilles' heel, where the tendon got severed in Achilles' foot. So there's a wound there, and we'll have to see how that plays out. I feel like we're healing a lot of wounds, especially all from 2020. This full moon in Cancer will be at 8 degrees. The sun will be at 8 degrees in Capricorn. The moon will be in the 10th house. So that is our status in the world, how people know us, what they know us by. And the sun will be in the 4th house. So it's our home, it's our family, it's our maternal or nurturing instincts. And it's interesting because it's the second full moon in Cancer for 2020. The first one came January 10th of 2020, and it was, the Cancer full moon was in the 2nd house of our values. What is it that we value? And that full moon came 2 days before the announcement of the first fatality in the world from coronavirus. So it set that motion off. I feel like this full moon is that coming of the full circle. We're not out of the woods of it yet, but it's really kind of putting an end to the chapter. I think we're all ready for 2020 and its antics to be over with. And so we'll just have to wait and see. Excuse me. I wonder if that's a sign. Anyway, I have the cards for the week, and I'll post these on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. However, I have extras because my cat Missa, my little Piscean psychic cat, she picked some of these cards. And actually, she picked all of them, and they were from 2 different decks. But we start the week off with ears wide open. So this is paying attention, getting into that listening mode, really quieting our tone, toning things down. Paired with that is seeing beyond. So we are having to open our minds and broaden our horizons and our perspectives. Then coming in, so Tuesday is the full moon, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's hummingbird spirit. And I love this because this is ancestral. This is also north pointing, our compass, true north. And I'll talk about that in my channeled messages on Facebook and Instagram during the week. I may be posting one of these cards each day instead of just Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I think I may do it every single day so that we have the full scope. Coming in, and to go with that card, it is a higher view. So this is going with the hummingbird card, a higher view. And this is also about seeing beyond and seeing a higher perspective, bigger picture. Friday. And I really think that, this goes for the whole week. We had this card before. It's Coyote Spirit. Coyote is the trickster of the animal totems, and that really aligns with Venus squaring Neptune, because with it being a trickster, we could be delusional, we could be overly romantic and thinking and pining about past loves, lost loves, but that coyote card also speaks about people lying to us, or we lying to ourselves. Are we lying to other people? What is the truth? And I just know that that's really part of what this whole big North Node, South Node, Gemini, Sagittarius has been. I've talked about it in other videos, and it's really about the truth. And, and I write about this in the blog too, is like, you can't fake anything anymore. Or the Venus squaring Neptune is also heightening our intuition, our bullshitometers, so to speak. So, we're detecting people's lies, and that's part of that coyote. And then pairing with this card, it's called a power move. So with the bullshit detectors, our intuition on very high alert, we're going to be making a power move this coming next weekend, and that would be Mars coming out of his shadow, giving us that power to execute things. Mars is squaring Pluto, which is the executioner. I think we've been a little hesitant, but we are making resolutions. We're going into a new year, a new decade, and I think we're cutting away a lot of dead relationships, dead wood. I feel personally the need to throw a lot of crap away. I have a tendency to hold on to stupid stuff. I just threw away 2 mascaras that I haven't used forever because I know they're old. It's like, why are these here? So I just think I want to spend this time trying to purge. Anyway, let's get into your card reading. I'm keeping this video really short and sweet. I'm pulling cards for all signs. So you want to pay attention to your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign. I am using the Colette Baron Reed Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck. I just happened to grab that out of my office before coming out here. I want to, while I'm shuffling, I want to give a big shout out to my kids. They built me a new laptop for specifically my artwork and doing my YouTube videos with expanded memory, random access memory, and expanded graphics cards. So this is the first video that I am recording. It also has expanded sound and microphone and camera capabilities, so I'm hoping this comes out good. And yeah, my kids, pretty wonderful. So I'm extremely grateful for that. Totally did not expect it. And they said that this was their way of showing me that they support me in my business. And my lighting that I have that you can't see, to illuminate myself, they got me last year for Christmas. So like they're always trying to help and promote me, or show their support, I should say. All right, let's get started. I'm just going to, I'm going to cut these, and I'm pulling right from the top. We'll start with Aries. Get you on your way. All right. So Aries, I'm going to put on my glasses. You have the resting tree. So this is Aries sun signs, rising signs, and moons. The resting tree talks about patience, and it also talks about obviously resting, taking a pause, sitting in the stillness, and hoping you can see this. So Aries, you are getting ready to ramp up, but this is for the full moon, and you've got the resting tree. Taurus, sun signs, rising signs, and moons. The wise woman of Wonderland. And she speaks of integrity and compromise. And so for Tauruses, you know, you could be a little stubborn sometimes. And that's where this compromise is coming in. But of course, you have to keep your integrity. So you don't want to give in to anything. But I want the Tauruses to be a little less rigid and more open-minded to possible magic. Geminis, the spirit whisperer, a divine guidance and higher knowing. So we all know that the Geminis have really been hit with these eclipses. 2021 is going to be the same thing. This is like an ascension, but pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to songs you hear on the radio, conversations that you may overhear. Pay attention to your own inner guidance as well, because it's leading you into a divine place and of higher knowing. This is also about having the belief that that magic is available to us, but we have to keep quiet and still so we can pay attention. Cancer, sun signs, rising signs, and moons. You have the rainbow prince, and this is gorgeous. This is about compensation and perseverance. So Cancers, interesting because the full moon is in your sign in the 10th house. And 10th house often is our career, but it's also what we're known for in the world. So hang in there. You will be compensated. I feel like big changes are coming for the Capricorns. And I'm going to talk about where we could find this in our charts. And I meant to do that with the cards, and I just realized that I didn't. But yes, compensation and perseverance. The rainbow is shining on you. This is everything coming full circle that you've been working on for the last 3 years, actually. And what's going on with this hair? You know me and my hair, Leo moon. All right, so Leos, with that, we have the Hawk Prince, spirit communication and paying attention. Leos, this is a time for you to really step up into your spiritual practice, into your intuition. We have a grand trine in fire coming later this coming week into the weekend. And this is just, it's saying pay attention. We can't, for anyone that's trying to tap into your intuition and guidance, we can't if we're running around in chaos and crazy. We have to slow it down. Take a cue from that resting tree. Look, this is driving me crazy. Sorry. It's probably driving you crazy too, me talking about it. All right, Virgo, the diamond dreamer, material wealth and true prosperity. So the diamond dreamer, obviously, it is talking about material wealth and prosperity. So for you, this would be, this full moon's falling in your 12th house. And so you're wrapping up karmic issues from the past. This is also asking you to dream big for 2021. You're dreaming something new into a vision that will bring you that wealth and prosperity. Libra, this is about yourself this time around. This is the prison wave, self-sabotage, poverty, consciousness. Well, that's interesting. But the prison wave, especially with the full moon affecting your first house of the self, I don't know if you could hear that, but people are setting off fireworks and it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Woohoo! Happy New Year, right? Anyway, self-sabotage and that poverty consciousness. So you're going to focus on gratitude for what you have, gratitude for the things that have yet to come. When you stay in a sour type of attitude, you push things away from you, but this is also something great coming to you, and then you sabotage it. You stop it in its tracks unconsciously. It's keeping you in that prison that's perpetuating that poverty consciousness of something that is just out of your grasp, something that you're wanting that seems to be eluding you, but it all circles back to you. Scorpio. So, what about your values? The Desert Prince, survival and false promises. Interesting. Your values are changing. The Desert Prince shows up to say, just when you think the well has completely run itself dry, it springs a new flow of abundance and value coming into your life. And I love that there aren't any major aspects to Scorpio other than the fact that the full moon is in Cancer, sister water sign. This could be an emotional time for all of the water signs. So as a means of survival, a lot of Scorpios, suns, risings, and moons have been taking people at their word because you've reached a desperate situation. And that should be passing you. I really want you to focus on that higher view, seeing beyond those cards that are going to be coming up for the week to get you out of that consciousness. Sagittarius. All right, Sag, the eyes of beauty, positive expectations, and clarity. So this is wonderful because your perception is shifting, your faith is shifting, your beliefs are shifting, and it's through improved communication that you will obtain more clarity to situations. Now, this is really lovely because Venus, that will be squaring Neptune, is in Sagittarius. And so that could open up your eyes to situations, but I just want to caution you that there could be a veil of illusion, there could be a veil of lies. So set your expectations on that positive note, but I mean, if you don't want to be disappointed, set realistic expectations, otherwise you will be. Capricorns, suns, risings, moons, the Swan Queen, and this picture is making me think of the Snow Queen from Hans Christian Andersen. There's even a beautiful swan, which is in his story of the Ugly Duckling. Transformation, intuition, and patience. And it's card number 13. So there's a revolution going on with inside of you. We all know that the Caps have been through the ringer for the last couple of years. There's still more transformation occurring over the next 3 to 4 years with Pluto remaining in your sign. And that's why I feel that it's saying patience, but it's also asking you to tap into your intuition that will guide you on this transformation, like what needs to transform in your life. Transformation, has to do with ending something, rebirthing something, etc. So I like that, especially happy birthday, Capricorns. Aquarius, this is going to be big, big, big. Big next 20 years for you, actually. and you have the Shadow Queen. And this is acquiring knowledge, insecurity, and manipulation. So, with this big shift into Aquarius, most recently, especially from that grand conjunction, we're figuring ourselves out. Aquarius, acquiring knowledge, insecurity, manipulation. And so I think a lot of Aquarians, they have a lot of weight on their shoulders right now. But don't let this shadow part of yourself, excuse me, cause you to be insecure. Therefore, you manipulate other people. You are supposed to be the beacons of light, shining that light. There is a lot of uncertainty, I feel, for the Aquarians, but there's going to be huge changes, and I think you're finally coming into your own. Anything that you are feeling uncertain about, insecure about, you want to educate yourselves on it. Like, learn more about maybe why you're feeling. Look up nurturing the shadow parts of ourselves. I know I've written quite a bit about that in my blogs. And remember, all people have a light and dark side, the yin and the yang. We all have that shadow part of ourselves. And I think a lot of this has to do with not liking our shadow. And we have to all embrace our shadow and find out why within each of us that shadow part is vital. It's just as important as our light side of ourselves in order to be a whole human being. But we have to figure out what the positivity of our shadow parts are and how it helps us in our lives. That was a mouthful. And finally, Pisces. Pisces, the well watcher. The well watcher. And he says this is about wisdom and power of the divine. And for the Pisces, the well watcher makes me think of wishing wells, wishing in a well, looking into the well, hoping that our wishes come true, but waiting patiently and probably impatiently. I think for Pisces, a lot of fantastic things are going to be happening. Trying to think, where is this full moon is going to be hitting Pisces in the sixth house. So this would be daily routines, self-image transformation, your pets, also the work that you do. I don't think a lot of Pisces give themselves the credit. They work themselves to death. They do for others all the time. Now it's time for you to start to wish for yourself. And it is nice to be wishing for other people and sending prayers for other people, but sometimes you deserve to have some of that for yourselves. Just to wrap this up before I say Happy New Year. So with the full moon being in the 10th house, you do want to look at your own charts. You could go to astro.com and plug in the information and pull up your chart. And I have tons of information in my blogs about how to read a chart. My last video, I believe, I did a lot of chart readings, which I want to do more of that. I'm thinking about doing a weekly wisdom for maybe New Year's Eve, since I do have a short day. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. Or maybe the night before, the New Year's Eve. And I'll pull cards for everybody. Maybe we'll look at some charts. I don't know. But I do want to start looking at more of your charts with these aspects. But anyway, you want to look and see where Cancer falls in your chart, which house it falls in. I know I posted in, I think in this blog. Did I do it in this blog? I can't remember. It was in one of my blogs, or you can even Google astrological house meanings, and it'll tell you what is the focus of this full moon on your chart. But in general, if you don't know your birth information or you don't want to pull a chart, so Cancer's 10th house, it'll be how you're known for in the world, how people see you, that will be changing. Big decisions are being made for everybody. So this is a very big, decisive time. We are getting rid of a lot of things. So the full moon, it's building up, building up, building up. It's waxing. And then when it hits that apex, it will hold and it'll start to wane, and we will be purging things that no longer serve. This is for all of us. So that's for the Cancers. Leo, you're the 11th house. So these are your social circles, the people in your life, your friends, and how you socialize, how you do business. So that's changing for you. For Virgos, 12th house, karma, hidden things, past life things. You're getting rid of that. You're purging, you're clearing things out. This also represents institutions being institutionalized. It could be a depression, maybe having to get some care medically to help you, through these difficult times. Libra, first house, it's about yourself, taking care of yourself, your self-image, transforming your self-image in the face that you show the world. Scorpio's second house, it's values, material possessions. Interesting, the dry desert card came up because I feel like a lot of Scorpios at this moment are feeling as though they don't have anything. So you want to count your blessings. Sagittarius, third house, typically ruled by Gemini. So this would be communications with your siblings, your extended family members, your neighbors, short trips, travel. You want to pay attention to being very careful during traveling during this time as well. Capricorn's fourth house, it's about the home, it's about the family, the mother, the father, maternal instincts, paternal instincts, nurturing, putting your family first. Really, that's what that comes down to. Aquarius, fifth house, it's romance, it's play, it's creativity, it's allowing yourself to have fun. Pisces, sixth house, daily routines, the details in your life, looking over all that nitty gritty, and like whatever isn't feeling good, whatever's not sitting right, it's got to go. Also, it has to do with pets. Okay, so the seventh house, that would be Aries. Yeah. So seventh house for Aries, it's your relationships, your business partnerships, but it's your relation to everything in the world. Taurus, eighth house, transformation, endings, other people's money, death, sex, rock and roll. That's the theme for Taurus. Gemini, ninth house, expanding your vision, expanding your knowledge, expanding your faith and your hope in yourself. Ninth house. So, and that's it. That's all I've got for you. I hope you like this. I've got a full day of readings back to back, and Happy New Year. Thank you so much for watching my video and for being here. If you like this, please share it with your friends. Subscribe to my channel, check out my other videos, and be sure to check me out on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, and my blog, expressionsoftheuniverse.com. And I'll see you next year. Unless I do a live weekly show, it'll be on Facebook. Stay tuned. Watch for an announcement. I love you. Happy New Year.